There is a moment in every man's life when he realizes the real power does not come from chasing women, but from mastering himself. This moment changes everything. The way you walk changes. The way you look at people changes. The way you hold your frame changes. Most importantly, the way women look at you changes. You no longer walk into a room hoping to get their attention. You walk in knowing that you already have it. And that shift in energy is what makes all the difference. Before we go deeper into this life-changing truth, make sure you join my Telegram channel. The link is in the description. That is where I share daily insights and deeper breakdowns that I cannot post anywhere else. Semen retention is not just a practice, it is a declaration to yourself that you are no longer a slave to your lower impulses. You are no longer a man who is pulled by every curve and every smile. You are no longer a man who gets distracted the moment a woman leans in close. You are a man who has chosen mastery over momentary pleasure. And when you do this, something incredible happens. Women can feel it. They do not even need to know you personally. They do not even need to have a conversation with you. They can sense it the moment they are in your presence. They can sense that your eyes are not desperate. They can sense that your energy is not leaking. They can sense that you are not subconsciously begging for their validation. This is rare in a world where most men crumble at the first sign of female attention. Now here's the part that many men do not understand. When a woman cannot seduce you, it does not hurt her ego in the way you think. Yes, in that moment, she may feel frustrated. She may even try harder to get a reaction out of you. But deep down, in a place she will never admit to most people, she begins to respect you. She realizes that you are not just another man who can be played like a puppet with a few touches and a few whispers. You are different. You are dangerous in the best way. Dangerous because you are unshakable. You are not someone who bends just because she wants you to. You are not someone who will be manipulated with the promise of intimacy. You have your own mission, your own path, and your own inner strength that she cannot touch. And this is exactly the type of man that women respect for a lifetime. Think about the difference between a man who gives in instantly and a man who does not. The man who gives in instantly might get a quick moment of pleasure, but he loses something far more valuable, his power. The man who does not give in retains his energy, his focus, and his control. And in doing so, he earns something that is much rarer than physical pleasure. He earns respect that does not fade. When you practice semen retention, you are not just holding back physically. You are sending a message to the world and to yourself that your time, your energy, and your essence are precious. You are saying that not every woman gets access to you. The scarcity is what increases your value in the eyes of others. People want what they cannot easily have. Women especially are drawn to mystery and strength. Nothing says strength like a man who can control his urges. There will be moments when a woman will try to test you. She might lean closer than necessary. She might wear something that she knows will catch your eye. She might speak in a way that is meant to make your mind wander. And when you remain steady, when your eyes do not waver, when your energy stays calm and focused, that is when she knows you are the real deal. She may not admit it out loud, but inside she is thinking, this man cannot be moved. This man is above the games. Over time, this creates a different type of connection. Not one based on lust or physical need, but one based on respect and admiration. She begins to see you not as a conquest, but as a leader. Not as a man to be toyed with, but as a man to be followed. And that respect does not fade when looks fade, when emotions shift, or when circumstances change. It stays because it is built on the foundation of your self-control and inner strength. Now, let us go deeper into the psychology behind this. Most women are used to men chasing them, trying to impress them, trying to prove their worth. This is the default setting for the majority of men in the modern world. But when you flip the script, when you no longer need to prove anything, when you are perfectly fine with walking away, you stand out like a lighthouse in the fog. She cannot help but notice you. She cannot help but wonder why you are different. The truth is that sexual energy is one of the most powerful forces a man has. When you give it away freely, you drain your own life force. You weaken your drive. You lose the hunger that pushes you to build, to create, to conquer. But when you retain it, you channel it into your work, your goals, your fitness, your mental clarity. This creates a magnetic field around you. You walk with more purpose. You speak with more authority. You radiate confidence without saying a word. When a woman encounters this energy, she knows she is dealing with a man who has options. Not because he says so, but because it is obvious. And when she realizes she cannot seduce you, it hits her in a different way. It tells her that you are not desperate. You are not starving for attention. You're not one of the many men who give in instantly, and that is exactly why she will respect you. Respect lasts longer than attraction. Attraction can be instant and can fade just as quickly. Respect is built over time and stays even when physical attraction changes. And this is the power of semen retention. You are not playing the short game. You are not just trying to get a quick win. You are building a long-term legacy of how people see you and how you see yourself. Imagine two men meeting the same woman. The first man is instantly captivated, giving her all his attention, bending his schedule, sacrificing his focus, and eventually giving in completely. The second man enjoys her company, but remains in control of his own time, his own focus, and his own energy. Guess which one she will respect more in the long run? The answer is obvious. This is not about hating women or avoiding them. In fact, semen retention can make your relationships with women far better. Because you are not operating from a place of neediness, you can connect from a place of abundance. You can enjoy their company without losing yourself. You can have genuine conversations without constantly thinking about the next move. This makes you more present, more grounded, and far more attractive on every level. You also stop giving off the subtle signals of desperation that most men give without realizing it. You no longer hover around, waiting for attention. You no longer laugh too hard at unfunny jokes just to be liked. You no longer try to impress with material possessions or empty words. Your presence becomes enough. Your silence becomes powerful. That is when you notice the shift. Women start chasing you. The irony is that when you stop chasing, you begin to attract. When you stop trying to win her over, she becomes curious about you. And when she realizes she cannot seduce you, her curiosity turns into respect. Because deep down, every woman knows how rare it is to find a man who is truly in control of himself. There will be times when you will be tempted to break this control. It's moments when the pressure builds and you feel the urge to give in. But every time you resist, you strengthen your discipline. Every time you hold your ground, you reinforce the respect others have for you. And over time, this becomes second nature.
Ow!
You no longer need to think about it. It becomes who you are.
I don't know.
The real secret is that semen retention is not just about women at all. It is about building a life where your energy is spent on the things that matter most. It is about creating a powerful body, a sharp mind, a clear vision, and an unshakable spirit. Women will naturally be drawn to that. But whether they can seduce you or not will no longer be the center of your world. And that is why the ones who cannot will respect you forever. So hold your frame, protect your energy, guard your seed as if it were gold, because in many ways it is more valuable than gold. Every drop you retain is a drop of focus, discipline, and strength that you can pour back into your own life. Build yourself into the kind of man who does not need validation from anyone. Become the man whose respect cannot be bought and whose attention must be earned. When you do that, you will notice that the woman who once tried to seduce you and failed will still look at you differently years later. She will remember the man she could not move. She will remember the man who was above the games. If you got value from this, consider contributing using the thanks button. The link is in the description.